How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Steins, my darling's embrace. It's been a little bit since I last recorded. Finals have been, I guess, creeping up on me, and I've been stuck studying, so my recording sessions have been very scarce. So I have been, unfortunately, unable to come back to this. And I'm pretty sure we're really at the end of this. Somebody commented in the last video saying that we're, like, literally right at the end. So that kind of stunk. But let's read on, let's see what happens here. I think we're gonna go see Mayuri or some shit. Like today's the day that she's at her grandmother's memorial or whatever. I was running to the only place I thought she could be. My heart is beating out of my chest and I have a throbbing pain in my side. I'm completely out of breath and any attempts to fill my lungs are a challenge. I keep tripping over my own feet as if my body refuses to obey me. Oh, okay, you know what? I remember what's going on. I tripped over something and fell to the ground, protecting the box with my arm. My forearm and hand landed hard on the asphalt and pain shot through my body. Mayuri's gonna move away. That's what's going on here. Well, we have to stop her or some shit. I stood up, tried to shake off the pain, and started running again. Based on what Lukako said, after Mayuri and her mom visited the school, they probably went to her grandma's memorial service. If that's the case, then Mayuri has to be there. It's a place that Mayuri and I can never forget. And the promised land where I made her my hostage. Oh yeah, good times, right? She's not here, anywhere. There's a stick of incense still burning in front of her grandma's gravestone. And gently colored flowers laid atop it. Whenever she came here, she would talk to her deceased grandmother. She talked for a long, long time all by herself. So I thought that she had to be here. Okay, time to head to her house. But when I turned around to do so... Oh. I heard someone quietly sneeze. I looked over to see someone crouching behind a bush a short distance from the graveyard. Illuminated by the sunset, I could see her shadow clearly defined on the ground. I gently put the box down on Mayuri's grandmother's gravestone, and then walked over to the tree. While the shadow moved in an attempt to escape my sight, it was nothing but wasted effort.
Oi, Mayuri. お前、ほんと昔からかくれんぼが下手だな。
Mayuri stuck her head out from behind the bush, looking sheepish.
あのね、違うよ。隠れてたわけじゃないの。
じゃあ、何してたんだ？
その。
When I get closer to her, she turns her back to me. I only saw her face for a second, but I could tell that she'd been crying for a long time. Her eyes were red, and I could see streaks of tears running down her face. Just seeing her like that hurts my heart.
泣いてたのか？
泣いてないよ。
Mayuri sniffed, still not looking at me.
泣いてないもん。
Come to think of it, this was a lot like our conversation last night. I didn't know why she was crying then, so I just kept on asking.
オカリンこそ、こんなところで何してるの？お祭りに行かなくていいの？
俺か？俺はな、お前を困らせに来たんだ。
Mayuri turned for a moment and gave me a dubious look. But she quickly turned back away from me to hide her face. I just kept talking to her back.
なあ、Mayuri。恥ずかしくて今まで聞けなかったが、あの時のこと、お前は覚えてるか？
あの時？
ここでお前を人質にした日のことだ。
I know I remember it. Well, now I do. Her shoulders began to shake a little.
あの日は雨が降っててさ、お前は青い傘を差してたよな。俺がいくら声をかけても、お前はじっと空を見つめているだけで何も答えてくれなかった。俺は自分が歯がゆくて歯がゆくて、でもどうすることもできなくて、ただお前のそばに立っていた。そのうちにさ、雲の切れ間から光が降り注いできたよな。俺はその光にマユリが吸い込まれてしまうと思ったよ。マユリがどこかへ消えてしまうと本気で思ったよ。だからあの時俺はこう言った。どこにも行かせない、連れてなんて行かせない。お前は俺の人質だ。どこにも逃がさないからなって。その気持ちは今でも変わらない。
I heard her gasp quietly. She seems to finally understand why I ran so hard to get here. Every time she's about to say something, she stops herself again and again. And then finally, with her back still turned towards me, she shakily started talking.
そっか、バレちゃったんだ。失敗失敗。まゆし、人質からの大脱出作戦だったのにな。
Mayuri stopped talking and looked up at the sky. The sky was graded? Sure, from azure to crimson. Why did I not read the rest of the line? That's right, summer is coming to an end. Guess I'm rusty with the old recording of visual novels.
まゆしは思うんだ。
Yeah, I step away for a week or so, and I don't know how to click anything properly anymore.
ラボにはクリスちゃんもいるし、ダル君もルカ君もフェリスちゃんもスズさんもマイカさんも、みんないるよ。だからオカリンはもうマユシーが人質じゃなくても大丈夫なんだよ。
Her shoulders shook. I realized that she was doing everything she could to fight back her tears.
マユシー、とっても嬉しいな。みんながオカリンを大好きで、オカリンもみんなが大好きで、一緒にニコニコ笑ってるのを見ると、とっても嬉しいな。だからね、オカリンはもう大丈夫だよ。マユシーがいなくてもみんなと仲良く。
そんなことを言うな。
Ooh. I couldn't take it any longer. I grabbed Mayuri's shoulders. I turned her around to face me and then held her in my arms. In my arms, Mayuri jumped with surprise. Well, shit, I would too. Seemingly forgetting that she was about to cry, she looks up at my face. Her eyes widened.
オカリン、
ラボメンたちは確かに大事な仲間だ。あいつらがいれば楽しい。それは間違いない。でもな、そこにはマユリがいなきゃダメなんだ。マユリがそばにいるから俺はいつでも笑っていられるんだ。俺はバカだ。こんな簡単なことに、こんな大事なことに今まで気づかなかったなんて。あの日お前をここで抱き留めた時、あれだけ強く思ったのに、お前を失いたくないって願ったのに、 なのにいつの間にかお前がそばにいるのが当たり前になって、いつもそばにいるんだと勝手に思い込んで。
オカリン。
でもまだ手遅れじゃない。お前はまだここにいる。行くな、まゆり。俺のそばからどこにも行くんじゃない。
でも
お前の親には俺が頼む。ダメだと言われても土下座でも何でもして俺が頼む。だからどこへも行くな。俺はお前にそばにいてほしいんだ。
I hold Mayuri tight as I make my plea. She hesitates for a moment, her small form slowly relaxed and leaned into me, excuse me.
お前は大切な人質だ。ずっとずっと大切な人質だ。
ずっとっていつまで？
Well, by definition. I look down at her and see the reflection of my face in her teary, dark blue eyes.
いつまでもだ。
マユシーが大学生になっても？
おう。
OL さんになっても？
あ、
お嫁さんに行く時でも？
あ。
それじゃあマユシーはオカリンのお嫁さんにしかなれないね。
God damn, what a fucking confession. I love it.
そうだ。年を取って死ぬまでお前は俺と一緒にいればいい。
It's really a confession on both sides here. Finally letting it all out. Tears began to flow down Mayuri's face. As they fell from her face, they caught the color of the sunset.
マユシーね、オカリンのこと好きだったよ。昔から大好きだったよ。だからクリスチャンがラボに来てオカリンと仲良くなってとっても嬉しいんだけど、なぜだか寂しかったの。
It's specifically, Kirisu.
オカリンはクリスチャンのこと好きになったのかなって、そう思うと胸が苦しかったの。そんな自分がとっても嫌だった。なのにどうしてもダメだったの。
I had no idea that she felt so conflicted over this. I didn't even think about how she might have felt. How long are you going to keep thinking of Mayuri as a child? Kirisu's voice kept echoing in my head.
だからね、神様がマユシーに罰を与えてオカリンのそばにいられなくなっちゃったってそう思ってたんだ。
マユリ。
Goddamn, sorry. I was taking a drink. I can never time that right. I'm so sorry. And I'm also going through puberty. I think. And I'm also kind of choking. But we're okay. I held her tight once again. Sorry to ruin this moment. And she hugs me back.
どこにも行きたくないよ。マユシー、オカリンとお別れするの嫌だよ。
Goodbye is such a awful word to have to say. I like saying bye and see you later and all that because you know you'll see the person again. But goodbye is like one of those final farewell words.
大丈夫だ。俺が絶対にお前を行かせない。
オカリン。
Well, this is nice. This is nice.
てやれなくてごめんな。
I stroked her head as I said this. She nodded her head again and again and she cried on my chest. Well, what matters most now is that Okabe finally understood how she felt and finally came out with his feelings here.
落ち着いたか？
大丈夫。
Mayuri and I had been holding each other for a while. We finally separated and stood together beneath the dusk sky. Mayuri says she's fine, but she's still sniffing. I'm kind of new to this sort of situation, so I have no idea how to calm down a crying girl.
そうだ。
I ran over to Mayuri's grandmother's gravestone and grabbed the box. When I returned, I handed it to Mayuri. Oh yeah, the star. That's what was in the box. I forgot. She's still teary-eyed and looks up at me like she's embarrassed. Just looking at her face makes my heart throb.
お前にプレゼントだ。
プレゼント？
いいから開けてみろ。
Mayuri slowly opened the box. Mayuri's tear-stained face suddenly lit up and shined.
これ？
She looks at me in surprise. I smile and nod.
箱から出してみるといい。
Mayuri delicately removed the star from the box. Her tiny hands can just barely hold it.
すごい！すごい！
She raises the star and looks at the sky through it. Light sparkled and shone and lit Mayuri's face, endlessly overlapping each other.
見て、オカリン。お星様がいっぱいだよ。
I move my face close to hers and we look through the star together. I didn't notice until now, but the star itself is filled with star-shaped crystals that refract light themselves. This must be to make the effect more beautiful.
きれい。
Mayuri said, enraptured.
綺麗だ。
I responded. With our cheeks touching, we stared up at the darkening sky.
なあ、まゆり。俺はずっと思ってた。お前が空へ手を伸ばして何かを掴もうとするたびに思ってた。まゆりは一体何を望んでいるんだろう。まゆりが望んでいるものを俺は手に入れてやることができないんだろうかってな。でもやっと一つ手に入れたよ。天の星には到底及ばないけど、今はこれで許してくれよな。
Mayuri blushed and shook her head.
まゆしいね。もういいんだ。天のお星様よりもずっと素敵なものをもらったから、やっと自分のお星様を掴むことができたから。
She said that, and then suddenly... bro. 100% CG achievement? Let's fucking go, boys. Let's fucking go. You know what? I'm all for, the Okabe X Kirisu ship, since that's also the canon ship. But, god damn it, this shit's cute. That childhood friend winning, and it's deserving, Like, it's so deserving. I never really considered Mayuri's feelings all too much in this regard in the main game. I really didn't, which is why earlier I was, debating with commenters, of course, that I didn't really think her feelings were romantic from the start, but maybe they were, Like high chance that they were, and when Kirisu came into the picture and more people started showing up, it was, less of just Mayuri and Okabe. So I don't know. Just something to consider. Food for thought, all that. Her face bright red, she touched her lips to mine. I didn't even have time to think about how incredible this was. What a scene. The soft feeling of her lips on mine. I believe it was a first kiss of the both of us, or for the both of us. Come on, game. So it's strangely awkward and ungainly, and so innocent that it makes me blush. But it was a kiss that let us finally convey our feelings for each other. The sweetness of the kiss travels from my lips and fills my heart with something warm and gentle. I finally realized just how much I loved her after all these years. When our lips parted, we blushed and quickly avoided direct eye contact. Mayuri looked at the ground and touched her fingers to her lips. And then her eyes suddenly opened wide and she began panicking.
どうしよう。キスしちゃった。
でかい声で言うな。恥ずかしいだろ。
だってキスなんだよ。
それがなんだ。
キスしていいのは3回目のデートからだってクリスチャンが。
What? Huh? I started laughing in surprise.
あのスイーツかっこ笑い目。
She must have read that in some ridiculous magazine. How could she force those rules on poor innocent Mayuri? If she's told her that, how much more magazine knowledge has she indoctrinated her with? A modern woman can be a frightening creature.
いいか、信じるなマユリ。あいつは天才だが、こういうことに関してはただの妄想垂れ流し厨房でしかない。
そうなの？
ああ、だからその3回目とかは関係ない。安心していいぞ。
そっか。よかった。
Mayuri seemed to calm down a little. But then she frowned and looked concerned.
どうしよう。安心したら、
She looked around and blushed. I drew her head closer to mine, and I kissed her this time. Oh yeah. It was a longer, gentler kiss than the last one. It was less rushed.
これでいいか。
Mayuri looked away from me as if trying to hide. I couldn't see her face, but I'm positive that she's bright red. It was so cute that I couldn't help but stroke her hair again. It's then that I hear her say something very quietly.
まゆしね。おかりんのこと大好きだよ。
Damn, we're just letting it all out now.
これからもずっと大好きだよ。
ああ。俺も好きだ。
And you know what? Here, I just wanna ramble a little. If you guys don't mind, I know that in anime and all that they use the word love a lot, and I guess in a lot of other forms of media, they just kind of jumped from the I like you to the I love you stage. And I think in a lot of anime and stuff, it's more of like a translation thing. They're trying to convey that, yeah, this is a romantic use of these words. We need to make sure we convey that in English so it's understandable. But this, I feel, is the most right that this has ever felt in a lot of stuff that I've come across for the word to be used. Because after everything, you know, growing up, Okabe being there for Mayuri and just constantly being together for one another, Okabe to, you know, protect Mayuri so she don't feel all sad and whatnot, and Mayuri to assist Okabe with the lab and everything and growing it. They've been together and have been through a lot, so I feel like the use of the word love is very much appropriate. But that's just me. That's me just being a hard ass on the subject. And then we kissed for a third time, and then a fourth time. The star in Mayuri's hand glittered with the light of the disappearing sunset. Now what? Is the game over? Is that it? Oh, wait. Oh, the next evening. The lab mems and I were attending the festival at the Yanabayashi Shrine. Because the festival was held in cooperation with the local businesses, it was a lot bigger than I expected, with lots of different stalls. The smells of grilled squid, yakisoba, okonomiyaki, skewered beef, and grilled chicken were pervasive, constantly making me hungry for just one more snack. Ladies in colorful yukata were walking around with carrying prizes and goldfish that they won from the assorted attractions. Everything felt so festive and sumeri. Or whatever that word was, that was weird. The lab mems were running to and fro, looking at the different stalls. However, in the midst of all this fun, Mayuri is missing. It seemed that she was still talking things over with her family. Wait, did we? Wait, is that actually kind of what went down?
女子高生になんてことしやがるんだお。この犯罪者。
人聞きの悪いこと言うな。
They asked me about what happened yesterday, and I might have provided slightly too much detail.
大体そのプロポーズしたわけではない。
はあ？死ぬまで人質だなんて女の子はそう思うに決まってんでしょ？
Well.
間違いなくそう解釈する。
いや、それはだな。
Well, here's another thing. Full Metal Alchemist spoilers, kind of. There was a very similar quote-unquote proposal done at the end of the show. It wasn't your typical on one knee, ring in hand, will you marry me type of thing. It was a more of like kind of what was said here, you know, I will always be with you or whatever. And that's what happened.
ちょっと背中を押してあげただけで盛り上がりすぎ。どんだけ恋愛経験少ないのって感じだわ。
Well, on other world lines.
お前らに言われたくないわ。この妄想大好きコンビが。
コンビってこいつと一緒にすんな。
Kirisu pointed at Daru with a look of disgust.
コンビに見える？やっぱそうかな、オカリン。
なんでそこで嬉しそうな顔をするんだ。
ですね、僕マキセ氏について最近思ったことがあるのです。
何よ。
僕とマキセ氏、割と相性いいんじゃね？
バカ言うな。誰があんたなんかと。
うわ、ツンデレの上等句きたー。
Jesus Christ.
ツンデレじゃねえ。本気で嫌がってるのがわからんのか。
最近の流行りはツンが9でデレが1です。
デレない。小惑星アポフィスが秋葉を直撃することがあってもあんたには絶対に。
Relieved that I'm no longer the center of attention, I looked toward the entrance to the shrine. If her discussion with her family went well, Mayuri was going to join us here. We'd planned to meet up at the entrance to the shrine under the Torii gates. But she's not here yet. I checked my phone, no missed calls. Yesterday, we went to Mayuri's house together. Her parents and I have known each other for a long time, and they've come to treat me like a son. However, moving is a serious family matter, and I wasn't sure if they would be willing to hear me out. But I was ready to get on my knees and beg. Whatever it took to convince them not to take Mayuri away. Much to my own surprise, it was Mayuri's actions that stunned me the most. I know how much she loves her parents, and I doubt she's ever gone against their wishes even once in her life. Take this whole moving thing for instance. She kept trying to put herself in the shoes of her parents, who were undoubtedly worried about leaving their beloved daughter behind. She was struggling with it up until the very end. But even so, she stood in front of her parents and said,
私、東京に残りたい。わがままなのはわかってるけど、お願いお父さん、お母さん、私を東京に残らせてください。
And then she deeply bowed her head. That was all she could do. Her lips were pursed and her hands were shaking. I spoke honestly to them, and then bowed right next to her. Mayuri's parents seemed conflicted about what we told them, but they promised us that they would talk things over again. Okay, that's fair.
どうなの？マユリがこっちに残れる可能性は？
わからないが、希望がないわけじゃない。あの後マユリに聞いた話なんだが、どうもクラス担任が転校に難色を示しているらしい。こんな中途半端な時期に転校したらマユリのためにならないってな。
僕だって嫌です。マユリちゃんがクラスからいなくなるなんて。
Lukaku spoke as if he were the one who had to transfer to another school. He really does care about his friends.
あとマユリの言っていた親戚のおばさんというのが、まあおばさんといってもまだ30代で独身生活を謳歌している OL らしいが、そのおばさんがとてもマユリを可愛がっていてな、ぜひ一緒に暮らしたいと言ってくれてるそうだ。
She actually insisted on being part of the Sheena family's discussion today.
なるほどね。少なくとも絶望的じゃないわけか。
ああ。
But will her family let her stay? I don't know if I can be optimistic about that. We all thought about Mayuri and fell silent.
でも、まあ、ここで考え込んでても仕方ないわ。なるようにしかならないんじゃない？
Kirisu patted my back. I guess she's trying to cheer me up.
その通りだにゃ。結果がわかるまでの間、何か気晴らしでもしてた方がいいにゃ、今日も。
気晴らしか。そうだな。
I looked around, and something caught my eye.
そうだ、クリスティーナよ。勝負の約束をしていたな。
Oh yeah.
ああ、射的ね。
My eye had settled on the target shooting stall. It's a simple old-fashioned game where you use an air gun loaded with a cork to shoot whatever prize you're interested in. I can hear the pop-pop of people playing.
ほらほら、今日見て、メタルウーパだにゃ。
Oh yeah, that is indeed an Oopa. Ferris pointed at a box containing a metal Oopa in the middle of the shooting range.
しかも、幻のゴールドバージョンだにゃ。これはすごいにゃ。
Sorry, I was trying to get another drink. Oopa is the fictional animal that serves as the mascot, of the incredibly popular anime Rainet Kakeru. Oopa plushies and capsule toys are popular with kids and adults alike, and the rare ones often fetch ridiculous prices on online auction sites. And one of the rarest is the metal capsule toy, Metal Oopa.
マユシーはウーパ大好きだから、取ってあげれば喜ぶにゃ。
よし、クリスティーナよ。勝負と行こう。あれをゲットした方が勝者だ。
望むところよ。
We stood right in front of the shooting stall.
ほほ、やる気満々の勇者たちがやってきたね。
What the fuck?
でも、黄金のメタルウーパは簡単には渡さないよ、岡部倫太郎。
Huh?
何？
Is this even possible? Why does this guy know my name? No, could it be that the shooting game stall is being run by the organization?
それじゃあまず金を出しな。一人15発で300円だ。
ってお前バイト選手でもないか？
I knew it
やっ
sounded
と気づい
familiar.
た？
Suzuha smiled at us from inside the stall.
何してるの？
見ての通り、バイトだよ。
And that's our part-time warrior, able to find work in the most unlikely of places.
この店のおっちゃん、ブラウン管工房の店長と旧知みたいでさ、今日だけ臨時で頼まれちゃったんだよ。あ、ちなみにインチキ臭い店じゃないからね。安心して楽しむといいよ。
She told us this while handing us the cork bullets, excuse me.
でさ、岡部倫太郎、椎名真由里は？
Suzuha was worried about Mayuri too, so I gave her a brief explanation about what was going on.
そっか。じゃあ、黄金のメタルウーパ、彼女のために絶対に取ってあげなきゃいけないね。箱の左下、少し潰れてバランスが悪くなってるから。
Suzuha whispered to me and smiled. That's a nice little bit of help there, and then I got to work.
くほんとへったくそねあんた。
人のこと言えんだろう貴様も。
Roughly 30 minutes later, Kirisu and I stood holding objects that couldn't be farther from the metal upa. I held a pen of dubious quality with a print of a swimsuit-clad woman on it, and Kirisu held a fan of dubious quality with a print of a swimsuit-clad man on it. The lab mems pooled their money and spent 2,000 yen on corks, and these were all we had to show for it.
これ一応マユリにプレゼントしとく。
できるか。
また来てよね。待ってるよ。
二度と来るものか。
We gave up on the gold medal upa and handed the air guns to the next customer.
それにしてもマユリちゃん遅いですね。
ああ、そうだな。
That was 30 minutes that went by.
やっぱり話し合いがうまくいってないのかしら。ああ、ごめん。
Yeah, that really worsened the mood.
ほらほら、しっかりしろだにゃ、今日も。
そうだ、おみくじありませんか。
おみくじ。
はい、困った時の神頼みです。
Lukako said this while looking over at the shrine's office. I felt kind of strange asking the gods for help. Excuse me, even if the lady, or young man of the shrine has encouraged me to.
さ、どうぞ、京馬さん。
Lukako presented me with a red box filled with fortunes. I faced the box and raised my left hand. My right arm has an evil power, so I can't allow it to touch anything sacred.
神に愛されし、我が左の飼いなよ。いいよいいよ。お前の秘めたる力を見せる時が来た。今こそその力で、我に定めのカードを示すがいい。
めんどくさいなあ。後が使えてんだからさっさと引け。
まったくだお。
めんどくさいとはなんだ。
I stuck my hand in the box, rustled around, and pulled out an envelope. Then I opened it. It's probably nothing great. Kirisu and I and the others drew the fortunes and started reading.
私中吉だわ。
大吉にゃ。
僕も大吉だお。
末吉。岡部さんはどうでしたか。岡部さん。
大。
はい、何です。
Disaster?
も
Tragedy?
しかして今日も大吉かにゃ。
それは良かったですね。これできっと。
大凶だ。
Oh my god. Yikes. Big
すべ
yikes.
て悪し。待ち人来たらず。諦めが肝心。
Jesus, man. All the bad omens and everything.
もう一回引いてください。
そんな適当なおみくじがあるか。
だってうちのおみくじは当たらないことで有名なんですよ。
気持ちはありがたいが、天罰が下りそうなことを言うなよ。
ごめんなさい。
もういいルカ子。これもまたシュタインズゲートの選択なのだ。L、プサイ、コングルー。
Uh-huh. I smiled at Lukako and sat down on the stone steps. Damn. I sighed and looked at my toes. Everyone's trying to cheer me up, but they're all joking around, trying to put a smile on my face. I really feel bad about bringing them down, but I'm also grateful that I have such good friends. Still, thinking about that only makes me sigh. I feel like my heart is being pricked with thorns, and it's eating away at me. Mayuri, are you okay? Are you crying? Do you need help? It's frustrating that I can't be with her at a time like this. I just feel completely helpless.
おーい、岡部倫太郎。
I looked up to see Suzuha yelling at me from her stall. I couldn't hear what she was saying over the crowd, but then I noticed she was pointing at something. I was going to stand up and talk to her when Hirasu suddenly said, "Oh, is she here?"
ちょっと岡部
なんだ。
いいから早く立つのだぜオカリン。
だからなんだ。
あれ見て、おみくじやっぱり当たりませんでしたよ。
待ち人来たらずが聞いて呆れるにゃ。
Everyone's looking over at the Torii gate in tears. Their faces are all lit up with joy. I stood up and looked towards the gate. Here she is, the woman of the hour. There's no doubt about it. Mayuri runs towards us. Through the crowds of the festival, darting in between visitors, she heads straight for us. Oh my god.
バカだな。
What a fitting,
方なのにあんまり走るなよ。
a very fitting
前が
yukata.
はだけちゃってるだろ。
That's a little loud. Mayuri was smiling. That smile told us everything. From now on, Mayuri will be at my side, just as she's always been.
マユリ。
Mayuri jumped towards me. I caught her and held her tightly in my... Uh-oh. I tried to catch her, but the momentum of her jump knocked me completely over. She pays it no mind and continues to hold on to me. It was kind of like a dog greeting an owner it hasn't seen in a while. Damn, she is happy.
落ち着けマユリ。場所を考えろ。自分の格好も考えろ。
Suddenly realizing that her yukata was coming loose, Mayuri sprang up. She fixes her clothes nervously.
いきなり押し倒されるとは思わなかったぞ。
When I tried to stagger to my feet, Mayuri blushed and lent me a hand.
違うんだよ。ちょっとはしゃいでみたの。
ちょっとどころじゃなかったわね今のは。
Yeah, I was gonna say.
マユシーってば大胆だにゃ。
いじめないでよ、クリスちゃん、フェリスちゃん。
まゆしまゆし、今のセリフ実はもっといじめてほしいって感じでゆりっぽくお願いします。
黙れド変態。
うわ、また一つクリスタンルートのフラグが立ったのだぜ。
God damn it.
だから絶対に出れないっつっとろうが。
でもまゆりちゃんいいな。僕もこんな声をしてみたい。
ルカ君まで。もうマユシは恥ずかしいのです。
Whether because she was the center of attention or because she ran here, Mayuri was so red it seemed like her cheeks would give off steam. She fanned herself with her hands. Love, huh? For a moment I thought to complain about what Lukako said, as I normally would, but I stopped myself. The mad scientist who rains chaos and fear upon the world, Hyouin Kyoba, has no need for such trifles as love or affection. But, as far as Okabe Rintaro is concerned, they might be kinda nice. At least I think so.
あのね、オカリン。
どうした？
実はね、
なんだ。はっきり言ってみろ。
お父さんが高校を卒業するまで東京にいてもいいって言ってくれたんだ。
そっか。よかったな。
でもね、大学は札幌の学校にしなさいって。おばさんの家にずっといるのは迷惑だろうって。
It makes sense. It's only natural for Mayuri's parents to think that way.
だからね、まゆし、思わず言っちゃったのです。
何を？
Mayuri mumbled awkwardly. But I knew what she said just by looking at her. I remember what my father had told her. That she was welcome to move in with us. At that time, I panicked. I remember wondering what the hell he was thinking. Sorry. But now I'm really glad he offered. That's right, Mayuri can stay by my side. I want her to be here with me. Okay, well I guess nothing's gonna be said there.
まあ、汚い家だが、お前の部屋くらいなんとかしてやろう。親父もおふくろも大歓迎だろうしな。ただし、この不王院教魔が世界に混沌をもたらすという偉業を成し遂げるまでは、あくまでも居候だ。親父に乗せられて変な勘違いはするなよ。ちなみにその先は、まあ、その時になったら考えてやらなくもないがな。
Mayuri opened her eyes wide, her jaw drops as she stares at me. Mayuri's face turned rose red as she shyly wiggled her body a little.
どうした？
勘違いはオカリンだよ。
Uh-oh.
で？
まゆしはね、お父さんにラボに居候させてもらうって言ったんだよ。
Ah.
何？
The lab mems eavesdropping on us burst out laughing at my shock. Realizing that I had made an embarrassing mistake, I quickly tried to talk them all down.
やめろ！笑うな貴様ら！呪われるぞ！この右腕の魔力がついに覚醒の時を迎え、暗黒の想念がお前らの上に呪いの炎を降らせるぞ！だから笑うな！
But this does little to stem their wholehearted laughter. I stared at them with fire in my eyes and cursed them. But it didn't feel all that bad. I have friends that I can joke around with and Mayuri by my side. I want this to last forever.
おのれ、ここはひとまず戦略的撤退だ。
I took Mayuri's hand and began to run away. Oh hey, another CG. That achievement was a lie.
ご結婚おめでとう。
What?
式には呼んでにゃ
子供の名前はぜひ黒猫たんにしてほしいよ。
Why?
やめんか貴様ら！
The voices of our friends following us, Mayuri and I run away.
オカリン、どこ行くの？
どこでもいいぞ。お前の好きなところへ行ってやる。
Alright, to the lab we
せっ
go.
かく来たんだからお祭りをいっぱい見たいよ。
わかった。今日は何でもおごってやろう。
ほんと嬉しいな。あとその後まゆしね。
あ、どこへ行きたい？
Mayuri flashed me her usual gentle smile.
ラボがいい。
Oh, god
ジュー
damn
シー
it.
唐揚げナンバーワンを温めて、それからみんなとゆっくりお話がしたいのです。
And of course, I know how to answer.
よし、いいだろう。俺もちょうどそう思っていたところだ。
But there better be Dr. Pepper involved. If there isn't, I'm gonna be upset. I hate that I'm actually not drinking Dr. Pepper right now. I'm pretty sure I still have some. Alright, gang. We finally made it to the end of Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace. And it took us like 5 years. Of course, we have a loud-ass ending song that I'm gonna turn down. But we did it. It took me a long time, but we finally got to the end here. And now I can shift gears back to linear bounded phenogram. You know, just so I can never avoid Steins Gate. I'll never be able to. Never ever. I'll never have that opportunity. But this was a fun one, you know? I felt the other routes were good in their own right, but goddamn was this was the one. This was what it all led up to. Kirisu's route was good, but this was even better. And, you know, there were some other good ones, you know, sprinkled in, but I feel like Kirisu's in this one, like, those are the main ones, you know? This was good. I liked it. It expanded on the relationship that we were introduced to about Mayuri and Okabe from the main game. And I appreciated that. I really appreciated that expansion that we got. We got a nicer, or I guess a different conclusion than what the canon story gave us. Or I guess the canon ship, if you will. And I like that. I dig that really much. I do. And I hope that you all enjoyed it as well. I can understand those that are for the Okabe x Mayuri ship over the Kirisu one. But both are good, you know? Both are fine. Alright. God damn, we finally did it. I don't know if I have much to say. I mean, this was just a spin-off game. There wasn't too much, like, to really go on. It was nice to see some different sides of characters. There was literally a route where we were with a guy, so that was something. But this was fun. This was a fun time. I just hate that it took me forever to get through. This voice actress will never stop making science adventure music. Or music for the science adventure series. Jesus. Her voice is just so, like it's easily recognizable after listening to a few of the science adventure openings and endings. Speaking of endings, goddamn, the ending song for Chaos Child really hits hard. That one hurts still whenever I give it a listen. The openings are nice. I'm really just rambling about whatever now. This music's just too loud to properly think. And distracting. Whenever we can stare at a still image again, I can easily just talk about the game. I hate that I'm still not drinking Dr. Pepper. I'm really just betraying the whole, everything. And there we go, Stardust Duplicate complete. We have a new item, the CG library, of course, tips. New wallpaper. Fantastic. And we got the achievement, My Darling's Embrace. I don't know if that means that we got all the achievements or whatever. We got a bunch of achievements kind of all at once. But let's see, the clear list. We have one missing. I don't know if that's on purpose. I'm not really sure. But we've done everything, so I don't know. I guess I can look into it. If there's something else that I need to include, I will. But if I feel like it's not even necessary, then fuck it. Maybe there's something that we can get out of this. I mean, there's a lot that is still locked here. Especially down here. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, we didn't get all the extra mails because of the choices that I made or whatever, but that's totally fine. There might be an achievement behind it, so maybe I didn't get all the achievements. But it's totally whatever. We got all the CGs and then some. Extra. What's in the extra? I can't tell. It won't let me look at it. I can't see the extras. Why not? I can't see them. We have this. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember this being a CG in the game, but whatever. I don't know why it just says extra. Huh. Yeah, here's all the Ferris stuff, Susaha stuff. Here's the Lukaku stuff, Moeka. Here's the Mayuri stuff and Kirisu. So I don't know what this other shit at the end is. Oh well. Well, gang, I don't really have much else to say other than that this was a lot of fun to go through. It was something chill. In every story that we went through, there was like no serious antagonist. Probably the worst that it was in Ferris's route, but other than that, I mean, it was just nice to see the characters click in a way that you really wouldn't expect them to under the normal circumstances of the main game or whatever. It was a different, change of pace, and I am all for it. This was a whole bunch of fun, and I will never revisit this game because apparently it takes me 2 years to get through it. But thank you all for watching, thank you all for the support and all that with this playthrough. I hope you guys will stick around to get through the other Steins Gate, the linear bounded phenogram. And after that, we have Chaos Heads, so if you guys are any big on the other science adventure stuff, make sure you guys stick around for that. If you guys are watching this way later in the future, be sure to check out Chaos Head if I finally get around to it. Excuse me, I guess I meant to say got around to it. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. This was a whole bunch of fun, and I hope you all enjoyed. I guess all I gotta ask for you guys is, what route did you enjoy the most? I mean, sure, Mayuri's really just fucking kicks the asses of the others, but I guess maybe Mayuri's aside, which one was the strongest in your opinion? What do you gotta say about the game? I'd like to hear your guys' opinions, if you will. I enjoyed this, and I think I stated opinions well enough after every route. This one obviously took the cake, but yeah, it was great. And I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, of this episode that is, leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more stuff from ye ol' me, and I guess I'll see you guys in some other video. Take it easy, everybody. Thank you.